Hey Carp Geeks, I'm back at Lake Volkening in Schaumberg, Illinois. I'm here, okay, to do another test of the impulse fish feeding stimulant. Now, last time I was here, we had some kind of complications with the camera, so it wasn't kind of a fair test, so I'm back here to kind of redo it. Okay, now as you may know, and I'd recommend watching the previous video before you watch this one if you're just discovering this, put a link, okay. We're here to test whether the impulse does what it says on the tin, which is catch twice as many fish as undosed baits. Okay, so the proof's in the pudding. The plan today is same procedure as last time. Again, check that first video. We'll fish for 40 minutes with an undosed bait, timing from the first bite or fish. Okay, I'll feed a pot of pellets every fish. Okay, or after 15 minutes without a fish or bite. Okay, that's the procedure. That's the way we do it. And then we'll rest the after the 40 minutes, count the fish and bites, talk about that, and then we'll rest the peg, rest the swim, and then get back out there after 20 minutes or so once everything's cleared, and we'll test the dosed pellets. Okay. Now, question. How do you actually go about using this? Now, there is a downloadable file. I'm just going to kind of quote what's on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have actually two of these, two kind of little Tupperware containers of lake water, 500 milliliters. And if I watch or rather look at the instructions and make sure I do it right this time, I'm going to add 4 doses. Now, a dose, excuse me a second. A dose is this little container here, okay? So this is an interesting contraption. So make sure this is closed. Loosen this one off, okay? And then just give it a squeeze. So if people wonder how to do this, pretty simple. Loosen this, give it a squeeze, and you fill the dosing compartment. That's 1 dose, right? All I'm going to do is just add that to my solution. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you watched that last video, there were some kind of almost hilarious kind of side effects of adding twice the dose. I actually dosed this twice as strong last time. Okay, and you know, I overdosed the fish, and they were kind of very stimulated. Okay, here we have the ideal concentration. Okay, so that's the perfect dose. 500 milliliters with 4 15 milliliter squirts. Okay, let's look at how we prepare the pellets. Okay, so those that watched the last video know I actually ran out of pellets last time, but good news, even if you live in the United States, you can actually get 2 millimeter feed pellets. I got these from Big Carp Tackle, just look online. Okay, these are the micro pellet 2 millimeter Nash ones, and they're kind of unflavored, so I like the unflavored ones. Okay, I showed you a picture, I think, of the pellets in the bait tub. Now, just like last time, I'm going to prepare these pellets 1 dosed and 1 undosed. Okay, so this is the green, and I'm going to stick with the same color scheme from last time. Here's the undosed water. Blue Peter tradition, here's one I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to add the water. This is just pure lake water to the green container, okay? Going to add the water until it just gets to the level of the pellets. And it's going to soak in. The great thing about pellets is they're these tiny little sponges, essentially, aren't they? So when they soak up that liquid, it'll come out when they're in the water. So that's fantastic. Okay, I'll take a picture of that and show an insert in a moment. So that's that one done. Excuse me turning away while I get my stuff. Okay, so the black container, that's the one with the impulse, okay? Okay, now the rule of thumb is, however many millimeters you have, millimeters of pellet you have, 2 millimeters in this case, diameter, that's how many minutes you let it sit to absorb the liquid. So I'll do that, I'll let it sit, come back, and then show you the draining, okay? So it's 2 minutes later. Just a quick thing here, I actually only used, for that amount of pellets, which will get me through, you know, a couple of trials today, so at least an hour or so of fishing, I only used 100 milliliters of liquid. Okay, so that's actually pretty cost effective. You just want to use, you know, prepare this solution at home with just, bottled water, water out of the fridge, whatever. Not tap water, right? Okay, so, a nice bottled water in one of these lasts you quite a while. Okay, so it's really cost effective to use the material. All right. Now, as you saw from the picture, I'll do that, right? As you saw from the picture, these, it's the first time I've used these Nash 2 mils, and they actually set up really well, didn't they? So if you look at that picture, if I just cover them just up to their level with liquid, they actually absorb pretty much all of it. So I am gonna, just drain off the slight excess, but it's not really worth showing because it's basically all absorbed, right? So that's actually pretty good. Okay, so I'll get onto that, and then we'll get fishing. See you in a minute. So, just a quick recap of what we're going to do here. If you watched the last video, I'm essentially, at a very shallow lake. So the rig itself is pretty simple. 0.5 gram loading, simple carp float. Small Olivet, 0.3 gram with a small swivel. Probably a 4 to 5 inch hook length down to a 16 Kamazan B911. Okay. I'm going to feed through a Fox toss pot. All right, now the bait today couldn't be simpler. Actually, I found this interesting can of corn at the store. Okay, so it's simple can of corn, straight from the can, but it's actually called I can't remember the name of it. I'll show a picture up here. Okay, so it was this kind of smaller, kind of immature white corn. All right, so it's actually very small and slightly whiter than normal corn. Okay. I think it's called shoe peg corn, something like that. Okay, so if you look shoe peg corn, it's smaller and whiter. I'm thinking that's probably going to make a great winter bait. Okay, so smaller pieces of corn, slightly whiter in color, probably going to be good today. Okay, so straight out of the can, no additive here. You can, if you just want to loose feed corn, which is dosed with the additive. I'm not doing that today, but if you want to do it, it's pretty simple. You just tip a can of corn into a bait tub or a Tupperware, add the required amount from the recipe booklet, and then just leave it overnight in the fridge. My favorite hook bait is actually Impulse pineapple corn. So I add a big squirt of pineapple flavor, which I'm able to get here is a really nice one you can get from Whacker Baits. And it's, bottom line is that because corn, if you like, has that kind of part where it joins the cob, where the stuff can actually soak in, you have to soak it longer because it takes longer to soak through. Okay, so overnight's best for corn. Okay, so we're going to get going in just a second. Let me get ready. Okay, so first put in. You have to excuse me looking away when I bait and stuff. It's one of the side effects of the lighting here. I have to kind of arrange like this. Okay, so get the corn on. Remember, I'm going to use the undosed first, so I'll put the black container away. Okay. There's the green container. All right. Nice pot of pellets. And remember, I'll start recording from the first bite or the first fish. Okay. 11:54, first put in. See how it goes. Okay. Oh. I think that should be on camera. Okay. All right. It's kind of nice. Hopefully you can see that the toe is taking the float and bait under the dock. So anything under there should be kind of tempted out. That's nice. Okay. Having a hard time picking my float up on the float camera because I'm facing into the sun, but you know, hopefully it's there, you can see it. Okay, there we go. That should be lower. Yeah. All right, just like last time, the first fish seems to be a bit of a monster. Okay, so you know, with the camera and the position it's in, I'm going to get any tangles hopefully. So hopefully that solved that problem. And oh, there's your spirited fish. All right, that's about 5 to 10 minutes in. We'll check the timer, you know, on the film later. But nice fish. I'll start my official timer over here. All right. Oh my word! It's a massive fish for Volkening. Oh, see! Oh my God! Woo! Man, that is a unique fish. That is probably a 5-pound mirror carp. Oh man! Oh, show you real quick. Hopefully you can see that. Oh man, the fish are already scraping the bottom. That is a beautiful, beautiful fish. Okay, very rare in the United States of mirror carp. So a nice 5-pounder in a venue like this is virtually unheard of, and first cast is crazy. All right. So first cast, first fish, and what an awesome fish it was. Okay. Right. That was on a single pegcorn. Okay, if I can just hold that up. Oh my, I mean, look at that. That's a 16 hook. Kind of white, kind of small, interesting. So, good start again. Now, it might have been that I actually stirred at the bottom when I walked out there, right? So I actually walked out to kind of fix the camera. This is why I'm wearing chest waders today. Okay, not a fashion statement. Well, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? If you're a big fan of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the original BBC, it's like a Vorgon kind of situation. You got to be a certain age for that one. Okay, so let's get out there. Very happy with that first fish. All right, about there. Yeah, and goes the pot. Okay. Count that one as a bite. Bite number 1. Okay, and we've had fish number 1. So 2 indications in. We're at minute 35. So 5 minutes in, 2 indications. Not bad. 1 indication, 1 fish. Yeah. That's a bite. Oh, very delicate touch there. Hopefully it's going to develop. If this bite doesn't develop within the next few seconds, I'll jig it. See what happens. Alright. Count it as a bite. Yeah, there it is. It's probably the same fish. So I'll take one off the bite tally and add one to the fish tally. I think that's appropriate. Okay. So 2 fish, 1 bite. 21 minutes to go. The puller as well. Jeez. Another large fish. Man. Wow, large for volcanic. So, right at the 20-minute mark, there it is. Another nice fish. Probably about 4 pounds. 2 of the bigger fish in the lake. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, nicely hooked, top lip, minor amount of bottom lip kind of discoloration, meaning kind of limited grubbing, I guess. We'll see, right? Okay. So, add 1 to fish, 1 off bite. Okay, so you're keeping score. That's 2 fish, 1 bite, 20 minutes. I'm liking this shoe peg corn. It's kind of small and delicate. I like it. All right. Just checking the float there. I've got as we all do, we've got a little split shot right under the float so I can check the depth didn't change. So we're actually an inch over depth. All right. All right, good accuracy there. That'll be, just pulled out one. So, two fish, 2 missed bites. Looked like he took the bait. So, come in there quick. Now, I did have that fish on for like a split second, right? So I'm going to count it as a bite. But in terms of the procedure, I think that's probably appropriate to put in another pot. So even though no fish on the bank, it was a connection. Let's put it that way. It wasn't a wasn't a fresh air strike, so to speak. It was slight connection, then just came straight off. So, okay. A bite, no fish, but we will refeed. So that's technically bite number 2 and 2 fish. So 4 is the score. Okay. Yeah, nice. Ooh, that was a weird bite. Hopefully you got that on camera. It lifted, then slid. That's kind of a nice indication. Just a smaller fish. 13 minutes to go. A bit like the last trial, it seems to be getting better as the day goes on. Sun's come out. It's hitting the water right where I am. I'm on the, kind of, if you like, the side of the dock where the sun hit, no shadow. Hopefully that's better on camera for the float too. Okay, so there he is, fish number 3, stamp common, probably about 2 pounds. Feels like a block of ice. All right. Yeah. That's a carp. Yeah. Thank you. All right, write that one down. 3 fish, 2 bites. Literally 20 seconds left and I get fish number 4. So that was nice. There was a slight nudge. I don't know if you picked it up on the float cam. A slight nudge, literally 20 seconds earlier. So yeah, that was a delicate bite. I think the alarm's probably going to go off right when we're pulling this one in. Yeah, there it is. So time's up. We're going to count this one, of course. All right. Oh, another decent sized fish. Okay, so the stamp of fish today has been really good, which is nice. So again, above average common there. Hooked in the top lip. Okay. Write that down. Fish number 4. All right. Time is 12:39. Now, I'm gonna take a 20-minute break here. Okay. We'll come back and we'll try the dosed pellets. Okay. Okay, so while we're waiting between trials here, I'll give you a bit of a quick background on the product here. So it's called Impulse. You can read all about it at the website or just scan the code there with your phone. Basically, I've been studying carp feeding behavior in a research sense for at least 10 years, okay? And I actually have a research group at the college where I work, Joliet Junior College. And we've actually been able to determine not only the correct amino acid combination and strength or concentration, but when doing that, we've actually figured out the actual concentration that causes optimal stimulation. Now, that's kind of a trade secret, but I can show you some video, okay? So I'm not going to tell you the numbers, but I can show you the 3 phases of fish feeding stimulation. So that's our kind of key finding, okay? We have a searching phase where a low concentration of amino acids will cause the fish to search for food. That's kind of where we want to be, okay? And then that transitions at slightly higher concentration into an involuntary feeding response where the fish, quote unquote, go tails up. And, you know, if you watched the last video, we saw that, okay? We overdosed a little bit and they were going a little bit too crazy, okay? Similar number of bites, but they were just weird bites, okay? And then it's super high concentrations, which you'll never get to in a pond because you just need literally more stuff than you can throw in. But in a tank, we do see the kind of the shutdown behavior or the zombie fish, right? So the fish will actually shut down to feeding if the amino acid concentration is super high. But again, that's not really possible in practice, okay? So hopefully either I've linked or I've shown those videos right here. And, you know, that is amino acid independent. And there's been a lot of studies out there saying that, oh, certain amino acids are causing search behavior, certain amino acids cause feeding behavior. Doesn't look like that at all. It looks like, and we've only done 3, admittedly, we've only done 3 amino acids, but it looks like, at this point, it looks like it's concentration dependent. So you heard it here first, folks. Sorry, I got cut off there. So amino acid at a lower concentration cause fish to search, okay? At a higher concentration cause fish to go through an involuntary feeding response. And then at super, super high unrealistic concentrations cause kind of a shutdown of feeding. Okay, so that's interesting. And, you know, it's food for thought. Starting again, 12:59, okay. Nice little shoe peg corn on there. So, just to confirm, I'm using the dosed pellets in the black container. It's actually Black Friday today. It's what's the date? 27th of November, Friday. Day after Thanksgiving in the US. So all the stores are having big sales, hence the word Black Friday. Okay, black in the black. Okay. So a few more civilians around, but that's okay. It's kind of like an unofficial holiday. All right. Let's go. Remember, we're going to start timing. I got my timer ready to go. We're going to start timing from the first bite or first fish, okay? Now, interestingly, when I put it in, I've got the shadow of the camera, which makes a nice little square shadow, and I've got like the joint right on the pole rest in front of me, so it's exactly the right distance and exactly the right position, left to right. So I'm being super, super accurate, okay? So let the pellets go in. There we go. That's a bite. Oh man, that slid away. If you saw that, that slid away. Oh, missed bites. 1. Start the timer. So one indication, that's an interesting sliding away bite. Okay. No refeed because it wasn't a fish. Oh, I'm counting that as a bite. It was weird. Noticed on the float cam it lifted and then dropped. It's almost like the fish picked up the olivet. Oh, that was the weirdest bite of all time. It lifted and slid again. Interesting. So, fish number 1. Let's see, 7 minutes in here. So, 2 bites, 1 fish. All right. Cool. Yep. In you come. Oh, jeez. Top lip fish. Pretty nice. All right. Get that bad boy down. 2 bites, 1 fish. All right. Hopefully you saw that on camera. That was a nice go under bite. Didn't connect. Okay. Oh, man. Getting some weird indications on the float. I think it's tow related. The float sits high, the float dips under, but no fish. So I think I'm going to have to take a weight off. We'll see. Oh, that's a fish. And we're 18 minutes left. Once I bring this one in, I'll just nip off that little number 8 shot I got on there to make the float sit more proud. Try and combat that tow. Okay, so it's a fish. Fish number 2 looks like. Top lip, nicely inside the mouth. Two fish, 3 bites. Oh yeah, nip off that lead. All right. So the tow is dragging the float under and it's hard to see the bites. So I've hopefully fixed that now. We'll see. Famous last words. Oh, indication there. Another one. Definitely a fish sniffing around the bait. Wow, weird slide again. Oh, if you guys saw that on camera, there's a weird slide bite again. It's almost like the fish are like nudging it under the olivet, picking it up. Which kind of tells me there may be tails up again. We'll see. The fish. So 10 minutes to go. Fish number, is that 3? Nope, immediate bite right off the pot. So things are starting to heat up. It was slow to start, but now, I don't know, maybe it took a while for this light feeding to get established, which is something worth noting. Maybe the first couple of pots should be slightly higher dose, maybe, because if we notice in that last trial, it kicked off right away. Okay, here I've had to wait, so it might be I have to establish the level and then maintain. It's an interesting concept. All right. So 2 quick fish, that's good. Fish number 4. Hopefully with regular feeding it should switch on a bit more now. Nice top lip. Unlike last time when they're really having it, they were bottom lip fish. They've all been top lip today. Okay. So far. It's a fisher chuck. Oh man, I've only got 6 minutes left. So, well, it's starting to work its magic. It's just I have to wait a while this time. I think it might be well, let's see how the numbers go at the end. Oh, came off. That was a big one too. 1, 2, 3. Is that fish number 5? I don't know. Well, I got the rig back. Count that as a fish. I think the trick is in practice, if you remember last week, double the dose by accident, it kicked off right away. It might be feed 2 pots or twice as much until you catch a fish and then ease off. That might be the way to do it in practice. Okay, that's not our protocol, of course, but in the when we fish, normally that might be the way. Oh yeah, fish on. A minute to go. Yeah, so it's definitely, the action's definitely heated up a bit. Yeah. Yeah. "41 seconds left. I don't think I'm going to get out again, but that's fish number 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that number 6? I don't know. Video doesn't lie, alright, so I'll check the video later. That one was in the bottom lip. Interesting. Okay. Timer's about to go off. No time to go out. Stop there. Okay. So that's the end of fishing. Interesting. It was actually pretty eye-opening today compared to last time I came out. Okay, so the last time I came out, I actually accidentally doubled the dose of impulse I used in the pellets, and I got an immediate and strong response, and then I got weird bites, okay, which makes sense because as time went on, the amount of stimulant went up in the swim. Today it was slower to start, but at the end they were really coming in. That last 10 minutes was pretty much where I caught all my fish. So it looks like you need to establish, it makes sense, right? You need to establish that level. So maybe it takes a couple of pots of the dose I was using today to get there, and then it's the sustained dose, right? So in the future, I think I'll probably, start off with maybe use it on, and as a straight experiment between the dosed and undosed. I'll start with 2 pots, or two toss pots, and then go to 1. Okay, or something like that. But let's check the numbers. So I'm gonna root around in here, find my phone. Okay. So it looks like 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 indications total for the undosed, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total for the dosed. Okay, so that's a 3-to-2 ratio. Okay, so 1.5. Okay, it's 1.5 times better. Okay, so not the 2 we're looking for. Okay, but I think again, another good day for experimentation. Honestly, if you notice, I've changed the side of the dock here. I got the feeling, just based on raw numbers, we got more fish last week, okay? Just based on raw numbers, I don't think there's as many fish around on this side of the dock. Maybe conditions, maybe location. So I think I'll come back one more time. I'll fish in my usual spot on the other side. I think there's naturally more fish there, which makes for better statistics. And we'll do that slight modification with the dosing, right? With the amount of bait that goes in. On the whole, and I'll run the statistics over here. Okay. On the whole, another win for impulse, but conditions today were a bit weird. Okay, so not quite as good as last time. But anyway, we'll come back again. 3 trials, 3 wins will pretty much put it in the bag if it works next time. But hopefully that's gone some way to show you guys that this stuff actually does what it says on the tin. Okay, that's enough from me. I'll see you guys next time.